everybody is active. Be blessed by the divine. So the thought of the topic is introspection. So before going more deep into the subject, let me brief the background and the basics of our sky system. As we all active members in our system, the basics of the sky yoga has very simplified steps to achieve the purpose of life. We all know the path of spiritual journey is clear when we start practicing our sky system of yoga. Though there are many practices available all around the world, practiced by many people, introduced by different leaders, spiritual leaders in each and every region. The practice what we follow by Maharishi, simplified Kundalini Yoga, is one of the best to apply for a common man. That's why we call him as a common man philosopher. So this system gives a guideline for a human to achieve his goal, the purpose of life, attaining the divine realization. When we start birth in the world, we are ignorant, we are not clear, but at a stage of getting clarity by getting all the experiences, we start look for the spiritual fulfillment. Then the guidance will come with the masters or guru, because initially parents will guide to achieve the life goals, then friend circles, society. So whatever we get the experience, it will reach you, guide you to attain a stage for the truth realization. So in this path, the introspection is one of the need of an hour. So in sky system, basically there are 4 basic pillars, we can say, pillars of sky yoga. They are classified into, the first one is the meditation. The second one is the introspection. The third one is the sublimation. And the last one is the perfection. So when we say start with meditation, the first one is meditation, followed by then introspection. So what really we are dealing with introspection, the purpose and the benefits we are going to see, along with some sublimation topics also. So introspection means, as Surya sir said in the beginning, it is analyzing one's own self-inquiry, you can say. In Sanskrit, we call it as vicharana. In Tamil, there are different words to express ahattayu, tachchodane, like that. So it is a kind of analysis, thinking about your own self. Self-inquiry is one of the technique followed by Ramana Maharshi also. So his more clarity on this area. There are many writings on this topic by him. So what is the need of this introspection comes? Means because we all go with our experience, because the birth to the world is because of the karma imprints. We all know, correct? It is by the soul genetic imprints. So it is the carry forward of our cycle, purifying those imprints and getting the purification along the birth cycle, and coming out of this birth cycle is ultimate aim. So soul purification is one of the key factor in introspection. So introspection has the word itself has the inspection. We can say inspection. Your own mind. Inner inspection, you can say. So we have blemishes filled with blemishes. So removing the blemishes using practical methods, understand our shortcomings, and plan for corrections, and work as planned to succeed in all parts of our introspection exercise. This is the pathway of introspection. As I said before, the four practices start with meditation. Meditation is a fundamental one because it gives power to our mind. Because without a clarity in mind, the introspection will not be successful. So, what is meditation? This is a very basic thing which we all know. The meditation is focusing our mind on our life force. Correct? So, one's own life force. That is the one handling our body and mind. So, how effectively you are managing one's own life force, and knowing that life force and keeping it with a specific chakras with the proper guidance of master, that is called meditation. So there are many practices all around the world. Leaders, they initiated many techniques, but for them, for a common man to practice, it was very difficult in olden years. They thought it is a difficult thing for a common man to, because it is multi-year practice. You have to dedicate yourself from the social life, family life. Even the women are not allowed to follow these practices. Now, our master, after getting realization, he understands the need of the humanity, the problems what the human race is facing. Then he developed a system such a way that it can help a common man to follow a simple practice. Start with meditation, focusing one's own life force. So with the guidance of a master, the life force can be taken to a different chakras. The World Community Service Center, whoever trained in this system, they can help others. They can do themselves first, get a realization, and help others also who are interested in this system. So by having this training, one can feel the value of life force on his own and understand the simplicity on this type of yoga. So what really we are getting benefited by doing meditation? Because if your mind is not clear, because the thought, word and deed, the origin of thought, word and deed is from the mind. So if mind is not clear, then whatever the thought, word and deed, everything will get confused. Am I correct? So the ultimate peace will not be there. So to attain peace, to have a clarity in mind, sharp mind, awareness, everything is possible only if we have a good guidance using meditation techniques. So this Kundalini rises and spreads this energy waves all over the body by using meditation. What really happens, it does two functions. One is the psychological function and the physiological function also. Both way it is powerful, and our system, sky system, uses the both techniques. When we say the meditation is helping for introspection is helping for meditation, there is always a question comes, which one is required? When this question comes to master, our Maharshi used to give an example, just like a knife given to a baby. So if baby is not clear, then it may go with the wound, correct? So the same knife is given to a qualified practitioner of medicine. He can do a useful surgery, or he can help somebody to come out of their pains. So the thing is common, one to a child and one to a doctor. But this is the way the meditation will, and introspection is a side of a coin. It is both way. It will help each other, we can say. Introspection enables one to identify his own emotion, because man is full of emotions. So to identify his own emotions, introspection is very much required. Understand the mistakes committed on such emotions. That is another step. Understanding the mistakes with having these emotions, because the sensory emotions are more, and he's built with all the sensory pleasures. The emotions comes out of this sensory perceptions. Conclude not to recur such things in future. You have to make a decision after realizing this understanding. Make a decision, conclude not to recur such things in future, and whatever conclusion we had, then we have to start to implement those decisions. This is kind of a psychological exercise which rescue the man from the animal instinct in their actions. So the introspection is one of a basic need in one's human life to come out of their animal instinct on their actions. So our Maharshi is the saying of Maharshi, amity grows when shortcomings are understood and done away with. Practice introspection for purity in all thoughts, words, and deeds. So when we talk about blemishes, the impurities, the other word of blemishes is the impurities. There are three major impurities we all know. Start with the ego, followed by imprints and illusions. The ego is one of the major impurity, which has, we can say, it is a kind of parent. From there, the children of I and mind, that comes. So when we say it is I am the one, it is mine. So these two will place one to go for a wrong conclusion, wrong actions. So this ego should be removed. The next one is it is a sin imprints, because we carry forward our genetic imprint, the long path through Sanjita Karma. So when we born into the world with the karma imprints, that is the sin imprints, we can say. So the aim of our birth is to clear, but until you are not aware, you are not clear with the purpose of life, then this will continue with the other karmas. The akamya and the prarabdha karma will continue the stock. So it is a long journey with getting clarity and purifying these imprints. The third one is the illusion. It is because of the sensory pleasure with our whatever we consume, the materialistic world with our sensory things. It makes us the world as Maya with illusions. So realizing one's own self coming out of this illusion is also one of the basic needs. So man is here with blemishes, so God is not clear. So when blemishes are removed from the man, the divinity shines and we can see the God within us. That is the formula. By removing the God plus impurities is the formula, we can say Samya from the Maharshi's wording, become man, and if the impurities are removed, then the divine realization is very simple. So for that, the practice, the spiritual practice, whatever taught here, that will help for this journey. So it is another kind of flowchart kind of thing to refresh our mind for the start of this year. The introspection will guide you to start with a clean journey, what to be, the good things to be taken, and what the evil things to be removed from our routine life. As I said, the ego imprints illusion. The ego has the two parts, I and mine. That makes further parent. If there is a parent, then the love and affect the children to grow. So there are 6 children from the ego. So they are the 6 qualities, the temperaments, what we say: greed, anger, miserliness, immoral, sexual, passion, vanity, and vengeance. All these are bad qualities that has to be streamlined, and we have to correct ourselves with a good quality. So that will be the next step in the practice of sublimation we achieve. So this is again, we are explaining more detail about the ego, the lust of power as a possession mind. So these are the 2 major things manifested from the ego. So we should be clear on this and come out of this ego. Before going to this 6 evil temperaments, let us further get some more clarity, the importance of this introspection. There are multiple exercises given by Maharshi. We start with, because the practices only makes them one perfect. Otherwise, only by teaching, you will not get the results. That's why Maharshi's teachings are very clear, easy to reach a common man with a simple life practices. So he start with thought analysis of thought as a introspection topic. When we say introspection from the thought, why? Because thought is the beginning for action. The thought becomes word, and the word becomes action. So the origin, if you start work on the origin, then it will be easy to make oneself very clear. So analyzing thought and followed by moralization of desires. because desire is also another thought, but when the first step is cleared and we are very clear on this path, then the second step itself will be, our task will be very less. The journey will be very easy. The third introspection practice is neutralization of anger, as per the sequence I'm saying. So this anger is another one thing to be taken care, because it is a kind of weapon which you can use kill yourself as well as the others. So when you apply anger on yourself, that also kills you. And if it is applied on others, the whole harmony, the self and the family, the social, everything, peace will be nullified. So the last one is the eradication of worries. So that is another title to be taken care in the practice of introspection, because worry makes everybody drain their energy. So whatever we have the energy for the life to succeed, that complete energy will be drained by having worry. So ultimate aim is to realize who am I. To achieve this perfection, who am I as a self-inquiry, we need to have these four basic practices. Finally, the self-inquiry will come, that will give who is man and where from we originated and what is our goal. So by summarizing the purpose, the introspection practices helps to contemplate the body, mind, and life energy, the three sections we are contemplating. And we are able to find our own faults, the shortcomings, with a deep analysis. We are able to realize our own faults, the shortcomings from us, by having a deep analysis. And we start initiating the measures to overcome these flaws. And we have to start practice, live in accordance with those corrections, whatever we decided to correct. These are the purpose, we can say. So what really it does as a benefit by having this practice, what individual is getting benefited? We all know the health is wealth, correct? Having a sound health, the wealth is also, because though they look similar, wealth is the little higher level of importance, because it will not be reduced. It is always with full. So having a good physical health and mental health, this is the one of the achievement by doing the introspection practices. Our life energy rejuvenation by having some special practices like Kaya Kalpa, we can able to maintain good relationship with the society, with family, as well as our relations, and with the society, because we are not individual. We all know how we are dependent with the society. Whatever we consume every day, every minute, it is by the somebody's help in and around the society. So we have to repay the duty by the due. We repay the dues by doing our duties. As we all know, the genetic center is the one which is the one carrying all our personality, and giving a clean imprints to the next generation is also one of the responsibility for us. Having children as a next rebirth, we can say, because the birth and death is a very secret kind of thing. So by seeing kids, that is the rebirth for one of the family chain, giving a clear genetic center and purified genetic center is one of the responsibility for each parent. And by having these practices, the God realization automatically comes in. It is enabled. So by this way, the introspection techniques helps to achieve a life journey, the spiritual journey, in an easy way. The practice will take you to the next level because we are applying the whatever the practice given to the mind, we are applying, and we are seeing the results. So there are 6 evil temperaments that we are maneuvering. So these are the 6 things. Today morning also in the morning session, Muthu sir explained this all 6, but he specifically mentioned the first 2, greed and anger, because everybody wants to grow in their lifestyle. So keeping, it is not a greed, but having contentment, will it stop one's own growth? That's what the question was asked, and he explained such a way that having contentment will not stop. With that contentment, we have to grow to the next level. So that is not the wrong thing. It is not greed also. With each and everybody is having the freedom to grow in every minute, every second, and every path of life. So to do that, one should not have the anger in mind. So by having a tolerance, the contentment in life, the divine realization is achievable. That is the message he conveyed in the morning as a goal. So these temperaments, miserliness, immoral sexual passion, vanity, and vengeance are being transformed into good qualities. So this is explained here what the greed is. If the desire exceeds the limits of measure and method, these are the 2 things. One is measure, other is the method. It becomes a greed. The anger is another emotion. We all know the energy is spent much because of our wrong understanding. So when the desires is not fulfilled, somebody stops you to achieve the desire, then the anger comes in. And the miserliness, it is another bad quality, keeping everything oneself, not helping cost of others' well-being. So keeping everything on oneself, that desire is called miserliness. This is another challenge the entire world. The partners are not given the responsibility. It is another state of desire. And this has to be properly handled. We have to respect womanhood, whoever the partner, even family life. This has to be properly dealt, and the family peace is achieved by having this with a good quality. The vanity, it starts from the children's up to whatever age, by profession, by family, by relation. This comes in every part of life. This vanity comes by having this physical strength, wealth, the prestige, fame, the responsibility. All people are comparing. So this also need to be taken care with a proper change. The last one is the vengeance. So it is the next form of the anger. If anger is not handled, then that changed into vengeance. It's wait for the opportunity to perform an action. It's a growth of the anger becomes a vengeance. So that has to be nullified with a proper practice. So let's see all these sinful deeds because of those qualities. These are the 5 sinful deeds we are doing in our life. The dishonesty comes, thievery, murder, gambling, fire. So are the sinful deeds, as per the title it says. Even it looks simple, but by seeing the word dishonesty, the morality comes in place. So the duty, morality, charity. So the moral things are not followed, then all these sinful deeds will be the results. So how this qualities becomes changed. So when we are in emotional state, these are the qualities. To get a proper introspection techniques, sitting in a place, start doing this analysis one by one. Those practices, whatever simple practices we explained before, the greed becomes contentment, the anger will be changed into a tolerance, the miserliness will be a philanthropy, and the sexual passion, immoral sexual passion will become chastity, the vanity become parity, and the vengeance becomes forgiveness. By having these good qualities in our life, the divine realization will always be possible. So these are all the good qualities explained here. How we can achieve this chastity, charity, parity. The parity is the equality, not having the difference. Everyone treated as equal, and that is the motto, having equality. So the social peace, by having this, all six qualities, the spiritual life will be easy to come out of the impurities, understand our goal in life for the spiritual elevation. In this title, the one which I want to share is the 3-week technique kind of thing. I think we discussed in one of my last topic also in another form, but I saw in one of the lecture, Maharishi gives this very simple thing, how to do an introspection on a practical way. So we all know this Sky Yoga, our practice is art of enriching our mind by doing proper exercise, understand about the life force, the various the mind, how it works, the quality of mind, the power of mind, everything we are understanding. Then by doing this, how to correct ourselves, and we stand firm on it. So these are the things our Sky Yoga helps. The 3-week introspection practice is basically on the thought, word, and deeds. So to do that, what is required? We have to start sit calmly and keep our mind in a peaceful state. It can be done in a time of silence also. You can plan your time. Start with the first week, streamline your thoughts. Either it can be a morning or evening. Sit, analyze what kind of thoughts are raising you. Note down those things and pull out the wrong or harm resulting thoughts. These thoughts should not be, this is incorrect, and we should not have this thought in future. We should not give space for it. So by doing this, so link your thought to these thoughts several times. That will help. Whenever this thought comes, this introspection on thought will always come as a chain. The next week is the analysis on your words. Note down the words which you cause harm to self or others. Even we do ourselves having harming self by having some wrong words. So resolve not to use those words again. Practice in awareness when you speak with others. Be calm, quiet, not to use such bad words. So by having this awareness, the third week we start analyze with our deeds, the actions. Whatever the actions we do, the wrong actions, so that should be resolved, not to repeat those actions. Protect yourself, not committing errors, and test yourself with these exercises. Removing the dirt, because when you say that the introspection is the kind of when you are in a dark room, if you are going through a staircase, the steps will not be clear, correct? Once a small light is lit in that room, everything is very clear. Same like in the kitchen. If the object is placed everywhere in a right way, so if you go there, you can pick whatever you want. If it is scattered everywhere, then it will be a miserable thing, putting or taking something. So each life practices it is like that. So that discipline in our action will help to understand where we are and how we are, and with the clarity in our actions, this 3-week introspection technique will really helps to keep everybody in awareness in your lifetime. So purifying our life, success and happiness, the peace always grows in the life. So this is the message I want to convey. By having this introspection in part of life, practicing a simple technique, following good meditation, because the meditation gives you a strength to the mind. That power of mind will help you to have a good introspection. The journey of our path, the spiritual path, will be clear with the master's guidance. I hope everyone enjoyed this session today. If you have anything question, we can have, because I see numbers are very small, so we can have a interaction if you have any doubt on this topic. Thanks for the time of listening, and I wish everybody have a successful year 2025 with our spiritual practices following this simple sky yoga. Thank you, one and all. I'll conclude my session, sir. Thank you. Be blessed by them.
Thank you, Professor Ramu sir, for the detailed analysis or detailed instructions on details about how, what, and what is the consequence effect of introspection. What is introspection? And you explained, yes, that is internal inspection as introspection, and how to do, what to do, why we should do. All those things were explained in very minute details, clarity, and the consequence of not doing. Everything was very clear. Thank you so much for your class. Before we go ahead with the question answer session, we will have the blessings to our guest lecturer, Professor Ramu. I request all of you to be at your Turium for a minute.